morning. Spent a little bit of time this morning taking care of some seed business stuff. I think I've got that about wrapped up now, so we're going to get the combine, which is right across the road where we finished up last night, and drop the head off here, go fuel up, hopefully go run some beans here later, but it is a cloudy, crappy day. I'm sure the beans won't be real dry. We might still wait a little while yet before we get started. We'll see how it goes. Okay, it's about noon and we're running beans. Just getting started. They're still wet, or they are wet again, I guess. 15 to 16% according to the combine, but seem to be combining okay, so we're going to run them. Dad is over there. You should see that tractor or not, but he's in the field we ran a couple days ago doing some chiseling. So it's good to get some of that out of the way. I might actually have him come and run the combine for me here in a little bit. I had another customer call me, and I need to run and pick up a check and get that money in the mail today, since today's the deadline. But yeah, a little later start than we were hoping to, just because it's cloudy and not real good weather. I saw the thing on the weather here this morning that said they were calling for somewhere between 1.5 and 2 inches of rain over the next 2 days. That will not be good for soybean harvest. Won't be good for any harvest, but certainly for soybeans. So we're going to try and get as many acres knocked out today as possible. So I've been taking videos for not quite 2 weeks now. I think today is day 13. My phone just informed me that my SD card was full. I had 486 videos. That's a lot. Okay, Dad's over here. He's going to run the combine for a little bit. I got to go pick up a check. Get that in the mail. So, shut the tiller tractor down. Hopefully I'll only be gone for an hour or two and get back to running. Okay. Probably in this video, this doesn't seem like it's been very long since the last one, but I had to go run and get that check, and then I had to take it to the bank, and then I had to go to the post office, and it's just taking a while. So Dad ran the combine. He finished the field that we were in over there. We jumped across this lane, and we've got, what do we got? 43 acres left to do in this field. That'll be 100 on the day once we get done with this, and then we can move and keep moving. So we should have a really good day, get a lot of beans done. Let's see, they're still running in the 14, so they've dried some since last time I was in the combine, but not a lot. Yield is still great. These look a little bit better than the field that I was in earlier, which is good. And yeah, we'll keep rolling right along here. So it's nice to have the seed business stuff out of the way here for a little bit. It's always a scramble this time of year when we get to this first early pay deadline, because most of my customers all take advantage of that. Regardless of what some people may or may not think, it is the best time to buy the seed. You're going to get the best prices by paying for it early. So I'm glad to have taken care of that for almost all of my customers, and now I can take a couple of weeks off from that, focus on getting harvest done, yield data, some more stuff, so that when we do get a break in harvest here in a few weeks, I can go back and follow up with guys. We can review some orders and just see if there's any changes that need to be made. So look at that thing. Silver cedars are out. So I don't know how well you can see it, but I wanted to talk about this field was supposed to go to corn this year. It got planted to beans because it was too wet to plant to corn. It was planted end of June. So it was chiseled last fall, and then we worked it down with a field cultivator. And I don't know how well you can see it, but the bean head is doing an excellent job. We've got a really good cut here. It's shaving the beans off very well. One of the fields I was in a couple days ago, we had no-tilled into the standing corn stalks that were there from the previous year. And I had a lot of problems getting that field to cut cleanly. I thought part of it was just because the beans were a little bit short and thin up there, but after I thought about it and looked at it, it probably had more to do with the corn stalks and the residue from the previous year. So, not that we want to chisel all of our ground going to beans, but boy, they sure do combine a lot nicer. I have had a few more rocks sticking up on top of the ground, so that, like there's one right there that we just kind of went over. Fortunately, I haven't got any in the combine, but you definitely have to be a little bit more alert here. The silver cedars are multiplying. There's another one. Cart's full. Things are still moving along pretty well here. There's some pretty good beans in this field. They've not really dried out too much more since I got back in the combine, but got 13 acres left in this field, and then on to the next. Okay, got this field done. That's pretty close to 100 acres on the day. It's what time is it? 6 o'clock, a little after 6. So we're gonna move, head to the next field, and keep going. See, I got there's 46 acres in the next field, but I've already got 22 done. So there's about another 24, 25 acres somewhere in there. Should get that done pretty easy, and then hopefully short move to the next field there. So. We'll see how far we can get tonight, but gonna have a good day. Really neat sunset tonight. Very pink. So we kind of got a interesting little experiment or trial in this field, I guess. Those beans over there, I actually combined a couple of weeks ago. Actually, it was before I even started making these videos. They were some of the first ones we had. They were a real early 2.2 maturity bean that were planted. They were the first ones we planted. It was, I think, June 8th. The beans we're combining now were too green then for me to combine, so I had to leave them go, and now we're back finishing them. Now they're at 3.0 maturity, and they were planted, I had to look up the date exactly, but I think about June 27th. So the 2.2s that I already did went really, really well. They were about 67 bushel beans. This is one of our better farms. It will be quite interesting to see how these later maturing ones, and really the later planting date, makes a difference in yield. So far it looks like it may be 15 bushel difference, but I've done a little bit of end rows, so once I get out more in the field here, we will see. Another frustrating but interesting finding. This happens to be the same variety that I was running on Sunday when I was having all that trouble with them wrapping on the reel. Guess what? They're wrapping on the reel again. Must be something to it being the variety, which will be noted in seed orders get finalized here in a couple of weeks. Okay, I'm gonna go pick all that crap off the reel that's been wrapping up there. Also, I've been having a little bit of trouble with one spot in particular, pushing some stubble and trash that I have to keep lifting over. I'm going to go check and see if there's not a broken guard or a knife section or something that might be causing that. Found one, right there. 2 broken knife teeth. There's our truck. Found another one. All right, I'm gonna get those fixed. That will make everything go easier and better. All right, got those couple guards in that knife section replaced. The beans are definitely getting damp. If we had an auger head, we would be quitting. I have 12 acres I would like to get done here tonight because there's a really good chance of rain tomorrow. So we'll see if I get there or not. I don't know. They still got to come out of the pods, and we got to be able to combine them. Okay, well, unfortunately, the beans have just gotten too tough. I was fighting it, the loss and the wrapping on the reel again. Weren't threshing real good, so I'm gonna call it. It's only 8 o'clock, which is a bummer because last night I worked till almost 11, and would have gotten a lot more done if I could do that again tonight. But not worth it. Not gonna throw beans through the combine, and I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't rain too much tonight. We'll have to wait and see what happens in the morning. Yeah, so we're going to take this truck back to the farm, and I think we got some beans to dry. You can see here when the pods kind of bend, instead of breaking open. They're too tough. You can just feel how wet they are when I'm trying to pull these off here. So maybe tomorrow. Even with the lights on, it's pretty. Lights on the truck are pretty cool too. Okay, I'm back at the farm. Kind of a rough day, you know, just as far as running beans goes. That's what happens when the weather doesn't cooperate and you get to the end of October where we're at now. We just don't get enough sunlight to get good days in. So I think we've got about 160 acres of beans left to run up here. I could do it in a day if we can get a nice day. It depends on the rain here the next few days. Next week does not look good. Hey, it is what it is. So we'll see what things look like in the morning. That's going to be the end of tonight's video. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and find me on Facebook and YouTube at Borderview Farms. Have a good night. We'll see you later.